Welcome to philosophy, students. What is philosophy? Well, obviously it's this course, but philosophy really means to think hard about life, to think about what you have learned throughout your life and about your place in this world. Now, the Greek root of the word philosophy literally means the love of wisdom. Now, many are not trained in hard thinking today and they're starved for their own ideas. These people quickly retreat to any pop philosophy that they see in the media, or maybe some exotic religious practice, or even some extremist politics. The difference between a good philosophy of life and the popular alternatives is ultimately one of quality, the quality of ideas and understanding. So don't accept the cheap substitutes to the real thing. Socrates said an unexamined life is not worth living. Now, what will you be doing in this online philosophy course? Each week, we will be covering modules, and depending on if you're taking this course as a short term, the module may need to be completed within 2 to 3 days instead of a week. So make sure you pay special attention to the calendar. For each module, you will need to watch the introduction video. That is this video that you're watching right now. You will notice in the module there will be anywhere from 3 to possibly 8 or 10 assigned questions. These questions can be answered by watching the video. Hold on to these questions in a notebook or binder because these are the exact same questions that you will use to study for your final exam. Then you will need to read the assigned chapter in your ebook. You can get access to your ebook through the bookshelf link on the left of your Canvas page, through the modules link on the Canvas page, through the weekly assignments link on the Canvas page, or you can go to the modules link down to the resource module where there's a PDF copy of our entire textbook. You can download that PDF copy onto your electronic device and simply read the PDF each week. You will then need to complete 2 quizzes. Now you will notice in the Cengage website that we utilize in this course, there are actually 3 quizzes. There's a multiple choice quiz that you must complete for a grade. There is a media quiz that is a short 2-minute, maybe 3-minute video with a couple of questions that will be completed for a grade. Do not complete the true-false quiz thinking it's for a grade. I do not grade the true-false quiz that you will also see listed. However, if you wish, you can use the true-false quiz to get a better understanding of the material and just for extra practice. And last but not least, for each module, you will need to answer a discussion board question. First, you will answer the question, your weekly or module question, with a complete academic paragraph. That means specifically 100 to 200 words. Yes, I do a word count on your answer. If it's lacking, you will have a point deduction. The second posting on the discussion board is a reply to another student. It will be shorter. You need to state an opinion about the other student's posting. Be polite. You can either agree or disagree and explain why. This reply only needs to be 2 or 3 sentences at a minimum. However, you can write more. You will also be called upon to do a proctored on-campus exam once during this course. Make sure you read all of the information about our one on-campus proctored exam that is included in our Canvas website, because this must be scheduled at your local community college campus. You cannot take this one proctored exam on your own. Also, make sure you meet all deadlines and get these assignments in. I will be sending announcements and reminder Canvas messages. So check your Canvas inbox for these messages and look at your either printable or Canvas pull-up calendar so that you can see when everything is due. Now, a little more about this discussion board. Each module will have its own topic for you to discuss, and your answers should reflect your own philosophical belief. There is no wrong answer for these. You just need to give your own philosophical belief, showing that you've had some thought behind it, and verify your answers. Here are some things to keep in mind. Type your answer in complete sentences. A successful philosophy student must be able to articulate and defend his or her beliefs. So state your belief clearly and give several reasons why you answered the question the way you did. Be respectful of all others on the discussion board. This includes the other students and the instructor. That would mean don't use all caps as if you're screaming at them, and don't use profanity, etc. Remember, I said that your main answer should be at least a complete academic paragraph of 100 to 200 words in length. It can be more, but it should not be less than 100 words. Be sure to reply a second time to each module's discussion board. This reply will be on another student's post. 2 to 3 sentences should be sufficient, but feel free to say more if you like. And remember to keep all of those comments respectful, even if you disagree with a different opinion. We all have different opinions. The discussion boards will remain open for the entirety of our course. So if you miss one, go back and answer it. Late answers will be assessed a grade penalty, but a late grade is much better than a 0 grade. So remember, that's 2 postings each week, 1 academic paragraph for your own thoughts, and 1 reply to another student's thoughts. It's me. I'm Charlotte Stewart, and I am the instructor. You'll see here my email address. You can also message me through Canvas Message. That way I'm available pretty much 24/7. My main office is on campus at the Copiah Lincoln Community College in Wesson, Mississippi. My office number is 228 in the Dow Young Technology Building. You will notice my 601 phone number there. However, I'm only available at that number during the fall and spring semesters, as I work off campus during the summer and holiday terms. So the quickest way to get in touch with me is actually through email or Canvas inbox. During the spring and fall semesters, I will be on campus at regular times, so you can check office hours if you want a face-to-face meeting. If it's during the summer term or the holiday term, make sure you contact me and we can schedule a face-to-face on campus. About that one proctored exam, all of the other weekly quizzes you will take at your own computer, but this 100-point proctored exam must be taken at your local community college. Now, this proctored exam needs to be scheduled ahead of time, and you also need to study for it. There is a study guide under the Proctored Exam link. There are contact phone numbers on who to contact to schedule an appointment. This proctored exam will only be open for a limited amount of time, so take it while it is open and available. If you do not take the proctored exam, you automatically fail this course as of the State Department of Education, Mississippi, the Mississippi Virtual Community College. These are their regulations. So remember, don't be late. I had mentioned that you can turn in late work. However, there are grade penalties assessed. For instance, with the discussion board, you will get automatically 100 points if you have 2 complete, concise postings each week. That is the 1 academic paragraph, 100 to 200 words for your own, and 1 reply to another student, which is 2 to 3 sentences a minimum. And you have to tell why you agree, disagree, or were inspired by another student's posting. Now, keep in mind, I mentioned complete sentences. We do observe the regular rules of English, such as complete sentences, no slang or abbreviations. We need to be able to understand what you're saying in your discussion board post. Now, if you only give the original post, that is your 100 to 200 word academic paragraph, you will automatically receive an 85. If you only reply to another student or you are late, you automatically receive a 75. That is the grading rubric for the discussion board. Now, when it comes to quizzes, there is a 10-point late grade penalty applied if you get in your late quiz submission by the consecutive module period. If you wait to the end of the semester and you complete it more than one module beyond the due date, there is a 20-point late grade penalty. So I would warn you, once you complete a quiz, don't go back to that quiz. The quizzes, as they're open, have multiple tries. So go ahead and try each quiz several times to get the best score possible. But after a module has passed, do not go back to an old quiz to try to get a better grade, because what happens is that makes the quiz late, and with the late grade penalty, it's a worse grade than the one when you started. At the end of the semester, any missed quiz will have a 0 grade. Other than that, your best score is always recorded. So if you don't make a good score the first time on multiple choice or media quiz, take it again. The proctored exam is never available late. If it's not taken by the due date, you automatically receive the grade of F as per the Mississippi Virtual Community College regulations. Now, doing philosophy, what is it? The activity of stating as clearly and as convincingly as possible what we believe and what we believe in. Now, philosophy involves the development of ideas, so you may be challenged more this semester in the development of your very own ideas. We will attempt to work our ideas out by considering implications and even complications. We will look at the connections between our own ideas and the views of others. And we will consider the classic statements of the great philosophers of our past history. Here we see that Socrates says that our strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people. Don't you know that the gossipers would be thrilled to hear that? Even though Socrates was an ancient philosopher, he was very astute and very deep in his thinking. He is considered one of the greatest philosophers of all time, though he never recorded his philosophy in writing. All we know about him comes down to us from his student Plato and other philosophers. He was born in approximately 470 BC, and he lived his whole long life in Athens, Greece. He had this spectacular gift for rhetoric and debating, and he had a much gossiped about marriage with several children, and he lived in poverty most of his life. He based his philosophy on the need to know yourself and on living an examined life, as we saw from a previous quote. Even though the height of wisdom, according to Socrates, was to know how thoroughly ignorant we are, that meant we can always learn something. Much of his work was dedicated to defining and living the ideals of wisdom, justice, and a good life. Now here's an interesting fact to keep in mind. In 399 BC, he was actually placed on trial by the Athenians for corrupting the youth for these radical ideas. He was actually condemned to death. He refused all opportunities that friends gave him to escape or to have his sentence repealed. He accepted the cruel death and the unfair verdict with complete dignity and with several brilliant speeches. He died as well as he lived for the ideas that he defended. Now in this course we will cover 6 fields of philosophy. The first is logic, which is sound thinking and good argumentation. Then there's the philosophy of religion. This is the study of the nature of the divine. Then we will talk about metaphysics. Metaphysics is the study of reality and the nature of all things. Epistemology is the study of knowledge and truth. Ethics, this is the study of good and bad, right and wrong, the search for the good life. And politics, this of course is the study of the foundations and nature of society and the state. Well, that's it for video 1. Be sure to study hard and think hard as you complete your assignments this week. If you need me, contact me ASAP and I'll be getting back with you. Thank you for taking this course.